boy. Yeah, boy.
Cheers. You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle with Likquidcash.
You don't see rich, wealthy women taking young men off the street and leveling them up. You don't see rich, wealthy women finding a guy that's mediocre or barely getting by and helping him elevate to her level. You don't see that. Women want men on their, either they want men on their level or above their level. But man, we'll stoop down in the dumpsters and grab a bitch from the trash can and level her up and put her on a pedestal. And some strange thing happened when you do that, because that woman now forgets where she came from and start to think that she's above you. That's one of the secrets on why men don't really like to level women up. Because a lot of times when you level people up that ain't humble, that ain't grateful, that ain't appreciative, for some reason they feel like they could outshine the master. Like they'll be doing better if you didn't help them. Like their life was all peaches and cream before you came around and did what you did. Some people's lives be in shambles, and you know, me and my homeboy was talking about it. He say sometimes it's better to leave them where they're at. Because for some reason, women don't love it, or they don't like it, or they don't appreciate it the right way when you help them and you level them up to a certain degree. That's why a lot of no good niggas always have a woman, because the less you give them, the more they interested in you and the more they want from you. See, a woman that's dealing with a man that ain't doing shit, she'll complain about him all day. She'll talk about him all day, talk about how he ain't this and how he ain't that. But she'll never muster up the courage to leave him. I'm gonna say that again. See, a woman that's dealing with a man that ain't shit, that ain't doing nothing for her, that ain't providing no type of security, that ain't adding to her life in no way, giving her the bare minimum, she will complain about his every move. She would talk shit about him with her girlfriends. She would degrade him. She would do whatever she could to disrespect this man amongst her friends and her peers. But she'll never develop the courage to actually leave this man. She will stay with that man through thick and thin, even though she knows he's giving her the bare minimum and she deserves better. She'll stick it out with him. But a guy that elevates a woman, take her from point A to point B, for some reason, they don't treat those guys with the respect that those guys deserve. For some reason, she doesn't appreciate that guy the way he should be appreciated. They prefer to appreciate the guy who does little to nothing. Now, some of y'all might disagree with what I'm saying. Forgive me, let me fix my mic. Pardon me. Some of y'all might disagree with what I'm saying, right? And that's cool, because I don't need y'all to agree with everything that I'm saying. I'm not on here to just to have a bunch of yes men or yes women to agree with everything I'm saying. But I'm letting y'all know what's going on in the streets and what's going on in the atmosphere right now. You dig? There's a lot of bullshit going on in the atmosphere right now. There's a lot of ungrateful women. There's a lot of no good men. There's a lot of people that are living untraditional lives but wanted traditional relationships. I'm gonna say that again. They live in untraditional lives but want a traditional relationship. Now that don't make no sense, but for some reason it makes sense in their mind. Now let's play stupid with them for a little bit and try to rationalize the ignorance. You know what I mean? How you expect to live an untraditional lifestyle but want a traditional relationship? That don't make no sense whatsoever. But there's people in the world that are walking around with this mentality, believe that they can live an untraditional lifestyle, but they're looking for a man or a woman to bring them into a fold and have a relationship and have it be traditional. Don't make any sense, man. Now, I try not to really get in the mind of these crazy people. You know, sometimes I just let it be because people are just who they are. You know what I mean? You let it be. You feel me? And you let them believe what they want to believe. Let them think what they want to think. You have to mind your business sometimes. When somebody say something crazy, somebody say something stupid, you got to let them, just leave them alone. Sometimes you don't have to educate or correct everybody that's wrong. You dig? Because perception is reality. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. I need it all out the stash, AKA, but it ain't about that right now, man. It's about the Cash Academy, Personal Development Transformation Academy, where you can be, do, and have anything and everything you want out of life, how to make your dreams come true, how to manifest your reality, but most importantly, how to raise your DNA vibration. Y'all been asking me about my hair routine, my skin routine, my morning routine. Y'all been asking me all type of questions in my DM, but I've been hearing and I got the answers. Listen, the Cash Academy is the place where you need to sign up right now so you can have all the answers to the questions that you may have. You dig? Sign up right now. Join the Cash Academy with yours truly, Liquid Cash. Cheers.